Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the second episode that comes on your way every Thursday. I am your host Khadija Jaita. With me in the studio, we're joined by two beautiful ladies. I will not tell you who they are. I'll just allow them to introduce themselves to you. Let's start with you. Tell us who you are.
My name is Awa Sane. I am a poet and a writer. Yeah, that's me.
You're welcome, Awa, and then feel free. How about you?
My name is Yasin Senegal. I am into performing arts. I am a poet of vocalist at the same time I am an actress.
I think this is going to be an interesting show. You all are welcome and then feel free.
Yeah.
So my first question will be, when do you start doing poetry?
I started doing poetry since I was in grade 4.
Grade 4? Wow,
Yeah.
wow, wow. Then you have like you're old in the system. How
Somehow.
about you?
I started when I was in junior school, like around grade 7, 8.
Grade 7, 8. Interesting. So how do you see the industry?
The industry is bad, I can say.
But why?
Because I believe we have many young people that have this talent in the poetry and performing arts itself. But I feel like maybe we are not empowered and there is lack of support. That is why most people are dropping out. So that is why I feel like the industry is just bad.
Good. Good answer. How about you? How do you see the industry? You that is old in the system.
Well, like she said, the industry is bad, yes, because I can remember very well when I started poetry, it wasn't easy because I needed people who experienced it before me to be my guiding throughout the journey. But then I lack some of them because everyone wants to be seen, everyone wants to be famous. That is the problem within the industry. And then people that started before us, those people at least they have experienced a lot of things in the industry, so they have to support the young people because we all know that young people are the future leaders of tomorrow. So you as a poet who or you as a person who has been with the industry for so long, at least you have the experience, so you should be able to help the young people. But that is the problem right now in the Gambia, more especially in the poetry industry. There is a big competition there because the people that's supposed to step down and give a chance to the young people, they are refusing to do so. So that is the problem. If we have their support, then we are good to go.
Yeah, good to go. Wow, good. The point in Poetess is in the Gambia, you have actually said we need support when we are like coming up, and then the young ones out there that are with skills and talents also needs the same thing. So do not be here busy to be fame or whatever when you have a lot to do, because there are many people that are looking up to you. So coming back to you, what was the first poem that you recited or wrote?
The first poem I recited, I think it was Who Owns the Judge?
Who Owns the Judge? Can you give us a hint about that?
About the poem? The
Yeah.
poem is actually about, like, we young people and we go to school, we have different objectives and different aims. So, like, as we grow, we face a lot of challenges, or as we go through the school level, we face a lot of things. But now, actually, who owns the blame? Is it us who are suffering, working hard, or our parents, or the society? The poem is actually about that. Who really owns the blame? Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. I think that's a metaphorical expression and it's interesting. Thank you so much for briefly explaining that. How about you? What was the first poem that you have recited or written?
The first poem or piece of art that I've started writing when I started the industry was a piece about a farewell to the graduates.
Wow.
And of course, those people who are in the senior school level transiting to another level of education. And the poem is about true analysis of life, because I believe that after senior secondary school is the time you face life in the reality. So I wrote the poem with the hope of encouraging and telling the people out there that are graduating what are some of the things that lies ahead of them. So the poem is basically about that.
Interesting. So what motivates you to write that poem?
What motivates me to write that poem is that many people feel like life after school is as easy a journey, because when they are in grade 12, some of them, they feel like after grade 12, I will continue depending on my parents or people that have been taking care of me since all these years. But then that is not the reality. The reality is after grade 12, everyone expects you to do something. More especially your parents. They expect you to do something for them, but they don't expect them to do things for you. Yeah, so that's why I wrote the poem with the hope of telling people that life after school is a perilous journey, that only the strongest survive it. So if you want to survive it, you must be strong enough to do so. And in the process, some of your classmates might die, some during or after the exams, and also some of them might be on hospital's bed, and some might even start a new chapter of life whereby they will get married, and some you will never see them. And sometimes life after school, you might meet with people out there whom you know that you did the same classes. At the end, you will see them above you, but that is life. We are all in different levels in life. So that is basically what motivates me to write that piece of art.
Wow, this is awesome and motivational. I hope everyone out there or every graduating class of 2026 is learning from her speech. The life after school is actually not easy as we think. Like, I think sometimes when you're in grade 12, this frustration of going to school, coming, like, attending different study classes, you get frustrated. At some point, you go like, after graduation or after graduating, it will be better.
Yeah.
But you don't know what lies ahead of you. You're right about that. Some of us, when we graduated from 2025, we thought it would have been easy. Ha! It's not easy as we think.
Yeah.
Coming back to you, how do you see like people that have skills and then the government or the people that should help them are not helping them?
Yeah, that is one of the challenges we are facing as youth or as people that are into performing arts. Because we see a lot of young people who have talents in them. Some have different talents, singing, dancing, poetry, advocacy, vocalists. We have different people with different talents. But now, here's the problem. Because of lack of support, that is why most of us are facing so many things. Discrimination, the society, even our parents at home, they feel like this is not going to take you anywhere. So why are you wasting your time doing this when you know that at the end of the day, even people that have been there before you did not succeed? So why are you forcing yourself? So I believe the government should empower performing arts. Let it be strong. Let us have a very strong industry where young people can showcase their talent, express themselves. You understand? But let's say, okay, we don't have anybody to empower us. The government is focusing on other things. You understand? Performing arts is dull in the country. So now when children are coming, the youths that have the passion for it, and they see the people that have been there before them are still where they are still stagnant. So how will they be encouraged? Of course, there will be nothing like encouragement because they will be like, this person and that person have been there and they did not succeed. So why would I keep pushing?
So what is the one thing that keeps you going?
One thing that keeps me going is me performing arts make me happy. You understand? I have this love for performing. I like the passion for it. Even if it's not about being famous or reaching at a certain level, but it brings out the me in me. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. It brings out the best version in me. Because I started this when I was junior school, as I said. But sometimes maybe you get discussion from your friends or maybe from people that in the society don't be like, you're not going anywhere because this is something that is very useless. You understand? But like when you have stress or maybe you're going through something or maybe you see something in the society that you cannot speak about, maybe you put it inside your piece. When you talk about it, people will understand and learn from you. So that is one thing that keeps moving, that keeps me going because of the love and passion I have for performing arts.
So while you were in school, how do you feel like when you're going for rehearsal and all that? What was your friends say?
Of course, some people feel like she's just wasting her time doing this when she knows that she has to do some exams. You are here for academics, so why are you focusing on other things? So these are challenges you face, even from the teachers, not only from your peers, but even from your teachers. Some of them would be like, this is just going to waste your time. But, you know, it's something you love. And I believe when a child loves something, you either support or not discriminate. But if you discriminate, meaning it's going to affect the child. But like, just push it.
Do you know that one word that Gambians are good at saying? Good. Good luck. Anything that you do, good luck. Instead of doing something better or like something that you really need or giving you motivational words, but only thing, good luck. My friend, there are things that you can tell to, like, say to a person that is going to help the person post this or her career. This poetry or this performing art is a career. How many people are active in it? And how much money are they earning today? Everything that we do starts from scratch. So we don't just expect us to become poets, actors, actresses, and then we just go pay book. We start going for international events. It's not possible. We need to start from scratch. These famous people that we've been saying, if we ask them, they start from somewhere. There's a girl in Janela movie currently. We used to act together while we were in school. The one that they call Jerry.
Okay.
We call her Khadija Kurubali. We used to act together. We would do comedy and all those things. Where is she today? Is she not like trending? Not even nationally, internationally, because even people abroad are watching this movie. So where did she start? Because I remember even like we have this festival at our school. She performed for me when I was doing poetry and drama. I created a comedy for her to act with a friend. So she was doing all that, and then when she graduated at school, she was doing this comedy stuff in TikTok. Until now, she started acting this movie. So everything, like to tell the Ghanaians, everything starts from start. I stood at this studio today, or sit in this studio today. It's not as a result of going to university or whatever. It is as a result of how I trained, like and having like workshops and all this stuff, being empowered by just one person, and then joining a club that is going to help me build up my talent and all that stuff. Today, I am here today, hosting other young people like me to hear from them. So I believe there is a lot we need to work on as Ghanaian or as people with skills. Let us not give up, no matter what the society or no matter what people say about us. It is our talent. It is something that we are gifted with. So them discouraging us should make us like to be natural and be unique in our own ways. I think I've said enough. Coming back to you, does it feel being a poet or a poetess in the Gambia?
It feels sometimes discouraging because before I even step into the industry, I normally see people doing it, but then I don't know the name to give it because I don't know what it is called. But I just developed the passion for it because sometimes I will see people standing on assemblies reciting, so I'll be like, I love what this girl is doing. I hope to do it one day. But then sometimes some of my friends will be like, how can you do it? You cannot do this. So it's better you just ignore it, like she said. So sometimes when I was in grade 6, I will be writing because anything that comes in my mind, I will write. Sometimes even at night, when I wake up, when I dream, I write. That is me. So my brothers sometimes, or my friends, even my mom was like, you will be mad one day if you are not careful. But there is this teacher of mine that keep on encouraging me. He will be like, do not mind them because every great man started from this. So you just have to push on, push hard. So being a poet really, it is really something that is very, very beautiful. Yes, because how it feels when you see something and you want to say it, but then you don't know how to say it. But because of the spirit of poetry in you, you just try to use it in a beautiful way and speak to the people. Even the leaders out there, you speak to them, sometimes you use poetic tunes and they will accept the truth without knowing that you are speaking to them directly. So that, yeah, so indirectly. So that is the beauty of poetry. Yeah.
Exactly. No one will come to you and attack you. Like if you put a personal attack, you were referring to me. No, it's a poem. So whosoever like claim it, that it belongs to you. But then what you said is really true. When we are about to have competition back then in school, I would just be writing drama script. I'll be busy with poetry. Like I would do all the stuffs. From there, I would just take it to the school and then start choosing characters and all that. So my mom would be like, Kerida, are you appointed as a secretary in your school? Because the moment I came home, before I would remove my uniform, I would just lie on the bed. That is the first thing I would do. Like I hate being given things to do and then I failed. Like because it is the trust that is bestowed upon me. That's why they gave that to me. So since then, still now, if they have competition, though I'm not in the school, but they always reach out to me, and I will always be busy writing scripts and all that. So personally, I took that as my job, and I am not paid for it. But it's because the passion it's because of the passion that I have for arts, and then arts is really beautiful. No one would disturb your life. You have like it's a pleasure. It's just like pleasure. I would be like, man, I don't like maths because there is nothing that I can do in maths that will give me joy or pleasure.
Yeah,
But when it comes to other books, God, even if it's all, I'll read it again, read it over and over again. I'll do it because it gives me pleasure. But when it comes to maths,
You're having twins.
man, I don't know who discovered this mathematics of a thing, but the fact is a body
Sure.
to me, honestly speaking. Coming to you, how do you feel after stage performance? You come down to start saying, "Oh, girl, I love your performance and all that." How does it feel?
Yeah, to be honest, I feel so good because anytime I go on stage, I make sure I deliver well. Like anytime I go on stage, I make sure I feel like this is my last performance. Let me give it all.
Good.
So that is how I feel. And you know, when you're that girl that is so famous in school and everybody knows you as like this girl is into performing arts, so anytime you be on stage, you make sure you sell an information.
Okay.
You know, acting is not all about entertainment, but also anytime you're on stage, you make sure people learn something from you. You understand? It's all about entertainment, educating people, and it's beyond that too. So anytime you come out of stage, people will be like congratulating you, yeah, saying you did that on stage. You understand? So it feels so good sometimes because you're sure that they were happy watching you, and also they learned something from you.
And then when that happened, the next time we try doing like
Something
far more
better.
better.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand that feelings. Coming to you, what is that one thing that makes you different from other poets?
Well, one thing that make me different from other poets is that I always want to show my love for people's work of art. Yes, whenever they write, I feel like I won't forgive myself if I don't recite or comment on this piece of art. So I feel like that, even that little encouragement or that little motivation from me will move them from one stage to another. Because some people, when they write something and post it, or when they recite in front of you and you do not react positively, they'll feel like their work of art is being abandoned. So that is my number one priority. Speaking for the cause of all, and also making sure that anyone I see your art of work, I will make sure that I either recite it or react on it positively.
That is amazing. I think that is how I am with my mentees. When we are on rehearsals, even if they do it perfectly, I will tell them that this is nonsense. That is to make sure that they come up with, they will go outside, they will discuss, they will come and then do something better. So sometimes it's not good to tell them, yeah, it's good, criticize.
Sure.
The moment you criticize, they will do something better. But then if I am there smiling with them, telling them, yeah, it's good. From here, I'm supposed to have rehearsals with them. But the moment they do something and I say, wow, you're good, the next minute they will start folding their hands.
Sure.
But if they do it until the final day of rehearsals, I will just keep on telling them that no, it's not good. We need to improve on this. We need to improve on that. The next minute they will come and then do something better. So it depends on the creativity of the person or like the one speaking to them. But sometimes like it's not about discouraging them. So they'll be like, yo, always link and you there, bahut. At the end you will start telling us congratulations. But that is how it's so big.
Yeah.
But from the beginning, if I tell you that it's good, you will not make any more effort.
Sure.
So like I think as a mentor coordinating mentees, sometimes you should criticize their works before someone else does.
Sure.
So they can improve on their weak areas. But the moment you show them that they are perfect in it, even like subject teachers, that is what they do. They don't tell you like you're good at it. Improve on this, that is what they always tell you. I remember then in literature, God, this literature teacher, even if I still have like A, they still make sure that she give me an 84, not to reach 85, like to have A. So people like, you will not brag here. God. So at some point I felt like she was just trying to like kill my dreams. But then I also later realized that maybe she's doing that for me to improve, like, and then work more hard. But then before we, if she said next week we're going to start this new book, I will make sure that I read out before we come. So I'll go to YouTube, I will start the videos, I'll watch them, the summary and everything, the characters. So the moment she comes to class, it's just like a revision to me. That is how I was in literature. But then this teacher, let me not even talk about the civic and government teacher, all of them do me bad. My birthday, do you know what they wish me? Wish you many more deduction of marks. So I don't cry about that anymore. But coming to the final question, before we close the program, can you ginger us with few like lines in your poems? I think we're all curious to know about, give us
Start
that
from
melody. Okay, so you said I should start from you. Give us some melody.
Okay.
Babu, I'm not so said that, but it's not for you. It's for only me.
Okay. I will say this poem is the garden.
The girl. Yeah, that is you in your life.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
I was a girl who wanted to fly high, but my dreams were cut down before I could strike them. Education was my dream, but I only saw my brothers carrying books to the end, while I carried burdens on my head. At 15, they told me, "You're ready for marriage." I laughed. Ready? I still wanted to complete my schooling and become an asset in this nation, but I was dressed, painted, and handed over to a man much more older than me. No one asked if I wanted him. In that house, my laughter got left in a box. His fists were the keys. My body got violated. My choice got killed, and my voice got seized. They call it tradition. They call it culture, but I call it betrayal. For a nation that bears the voice of its daughter will never taste the full sweetness of peace. Now look at me. I stand here with an empty palm. Not a certificate, not a skill, not even a voice that matters. I stand here with just an empty heart, wondering if peace was ever meant for girls like me.
So let's say clock it.
More than that, it's amazing.
That is amazing. I am impressed and keep it up, okay? Like you have a long way to go. I want to see you like in next year. I want to see you trying it internationally. Don't worry. How about you? Give us like some lines.
For me, my problem is I write and I don't memorize, but I will try and do something. Some have that feeling of jealous for those mates who seem better off, but it's really unnecessary. We are all different, and our paths to greatness are also not the same in distance. Some might have arrived their dreams earlier, before you, and some after you. But whatever level you find yourself in life, please keep trying to break limitation and move further. Celebrate the success of others. It is an indication that yours too shall surely come. For there is no permanent championship. Life is not about competition. Do not be in a race with anyone. Remember, we may seem to be reading the same book but different chapters at different times. So what you are passing through today, get it down, because one day the world will be ready to read it and it will become part of your success story. There is no height you cannot attain. Believe in yourself. Value every little thing that God brings into your life. Love God and obey Him, for with Him all things are possible. So when you see a day you think you cannot possibly get out of bed to face the world, do not crumble. Supplicate to Allah. That's the only way to change things.
Ooh, this one I would say clock it. Clock it. Wow, this is amazing and I am impressed. Babuka, believe in yourself. Start believing in yourself. This man don't believe in himself at all. Start believing in yourself, and then you can boss. You too. I don't count you out. But then, actually, I am impressed, and this is amazing. I will just tell you guys to keep it up and then continue inspiring and motivating the young ones. Just so you know, everyone, there are many people out there that are looking up to you, whether you know it or not. So what we do also matters, because the whole world, like their eyes are on us, whether we know it or not. So let us just be positive. Thank you all for coming.